Hey everyone, Lifelong Learner Blueroot here with episode 3 of the Azure AZ-104 exam prep series, Managing Governance via Azure Policy. Thanks for tuning in. In this short episode, the objectives that we will accomplish are to create and assign tags via the Azure portal, enforce tagging via an Azure policy, and apply tagging via an Azure policy. In our practical examples, we will be improving the management of our Azure resources by tagging resource groups that include only infrastructure resources, ensuring that only properly tagged infrastructure resources can be added to infrastructure resource groups, and then remediating any non-compliant resources. This will all be done via Azure policies, so let's get right into it. We're going to be working with and learning about Azure policies to better manage governance with tags. Tags are a simple way to logically organize your resources, resource groups, and subscriptions where each tag consists of a name and a value pair. First, we're going to be assigning a tag to a resource group. The resource group I'm going to be working with is the resource group that was created when I first started the Azure Cloud Shell for the first time. When you start the Cloud Shell for the first time, it takes a minute to create a storage account and a resource group to hold that storage account, as you can see here. My resource group was automatically named Cloud Shell Storage East US for whatever reason. Under the resource group you're working with, come to the left pane and click Tags. Enter a name and a value for the new tag you're applying to the resource group. I'll be giving the name role and the value infrastructure. Go ahead and click Apply. There you go. Now navigate back to the resource group and click on the one resource, the storage account, and view the overview. Notice that the tag didn't apply to the resource inside the resource group that we applied the tag on. We're now going to assign a built-in Azure policy to the resource group and evaluate the outcome. The policy we are going to apply is meant to allow resource creation within the scope of the policy, as long as it has a specific tag and tag value on the resource. In the Azure portal, search and select policy. On the left pane under authoring, click definitions. And these are all of the built-in policy definitions that are available for you to use. So make sure to check them out because they're actually really cool. We're going to sort by tags under category here, because that's what we want to base our new policy off of. We're going to find and use the built-in policy named require a tag and its value on resources, and then click assign. We must specify the scope by clicking on the three dots here. The scope determines the resources or resource group where the policy assignment takes effect. So under subscription, I'm going to click my free trial, and under resource group, I'm going to click the resource group that I've been working on. Here under basics, I'm going to change the assignment name to something more fitting to the video. How about require role tag with infrastructure value. And then under description, it's not necessary, but I'm just going to paste in this. Make sure the policy enforcement is enabled, and then click Next to hop over to the Parameters tab. And here I'm just going to set the tag name and value exactly as I did before with role and infrastructure. If you hit Next under the Remediation tab, make sure you don't have this clicked. Then go ahead and review and create. keep in mind that this could possibly take about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect. Let's now test the new policy we put in place. Hop over to the resource group that's in the scope of the policy and try to create a new storage account. Name it whatever you like, it doesn't matter. Notice how we are not touching tags at all. Go ahead and click Review and Create. Note that validation failed. And if we click the details, we can see that the policy that we created prevents us from creating this resource without the appropriate tags. If you like, go ahead and try to create this resource again with the appropriate tags, and you'll be greeted with a different outcome. Next, we're going to do something a bit different and use a different policy definition to remediate any non-compliant resources. We are going to create and implement a policy that will ensure that resources created in our resource group will inherit a tag and its value if the tag is not already added. Let's first delete our old policy before creating a new one. Hop back over to policy. On the left, under assignments, click the three dots on the right of the assignment that you want to delete, and go ahead and just click delete assignment. Let's create our new policy. Click assign policy and make sure your scope is correct. Under the policy definition, we're going to use another built-in policy definition, and this one will be inherit a tag from the resource group if missing. Under assignment name, I'm going to put inherit the role tag and its infrastructure value from the Cloud Shell resource group if missing. And I'm just going to copy that for the description, but again, the description is not mandatory. Make sure policy enforcement is enabled, and go ahead and click next for the parameters. Under tag name, I'm just going to use the same thing and enter role. Go ahead and click next, and under the remediation tab, enable create a remediation task. And for the policy to remediate, make sure it's inherit a tag from the resource group if missing. After that's done, go ahead and click review and create. This may take 5 to 10 minutes to take effect. Let's go test out this new policy by creating another storage account under the resource group in the defined scope of the policy. Again, name it whatever you like, it does not matter. Again, we're not going to add any tags, but let's see what happens when we go view our new resource after it's created. Validation passed, of course, because we deleted the old policy. We'll just give this a minute. Okay, let's check out this new resource. And notice, under tags, the role has the value of infrastructure, exactly as we intended. This tag was manually added through the policy we just created. And that's the end of episode 3. If you followed this video, you have created and assigned tags via the Azure portal, enforced tagging via an Azure policy, and applied tagging via an Azure policy. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, or if it helped you even in the slightest, please like and maybe subscribe for future content. Additionally, if you have any suggestions or questions, please leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to help out any possible way I can. I'll see you guys in episode 4, where we will manage Azure resources by using the Azure portal. Peace!